with him. It's perfect for what they're trying to do. I'm shocked he was there. I think it's an excellent pick by the Lions.
All right, my answer is from a report from Susie Colbert on ESPN's draft show. She said that she talked to Urban Meyer and said it's not a guarantee that Trevor Lawrence starts week 1. And I thought we all assumed that he was going to go the Joe Burrow route. He was been ready to start in the NFL for maybe even last year. But the interesting note is this. Urban Meyer had Alex Smith at Utah, and Alex Smith was thrown to the Lions week 1, and they always kept in contact. And Urban saw how that sort of hindered his development. So I thought the biggest surprise, Jenna, was that Trevor Lawrence is not a guarantee to start week 1.
I honestly didn't even think the Jaguars had another quarterback on the roster.
Yeah, I can report. Hold on. I'm reporting Trevor Lawrence starting week 1. I'm reporting that.
Okay.
Sorry, but it's surprising.
Does anyone even know who the backup is? Let's talk some Bears now. They moved up 9 spots to 11. They grabbed Ohio State quarterback Justin Fields in the hopes that he's the franchise guy they've been trying to find for about 270 years, give or take. Brandon, the Bears trading up to draft Fields was blank.
Dream scenario. I mean, there's jobs on the line. Everyone's underperformed in Chicago for a very long time. Ryan Pace hasn't gotten the job done. You know, they tried to give up everything. They tried to give up the damn bean on Michigan Avenue to the Seattle Seahawks to get Russell Wilson, and they still couldn't get it done. They tried to give up real estate. They tried to give up Lakeshore Drive, and they couldn't get it done. And then they go get Andy Dalton to fill in the gap. But then you have Justin Fields sliding. Now, a lot of things we didn't talk about. We didn't talk about, you know, his medical condition. We didn't talk about, you know, some of the things that was coming out where, you know, he didn't process and his recall wasn't great for a couple teams. But now you got a guy who slid, but who can get it done. He is a smart guy. This dude can make all the throws. He's a leader, and he's ready for that city. So, you know, this is a dream scenario for a team to try to give up everything to Seattle to get a quarterback, and it didn't happen. So good job, Chicago Bears, for being lucky.
I agree with all of what Brandon is saying. And by the way, the bean would have looked great right alongside the Space Needle. I'm surprised Chicago or Seattle didn't take that deal. Before I give my answer, though, I've got it. Jenna, you said it's been 270 years since the Bears had a quarterback. Mike Greenberg last night, all night, was saying it's been 100 years since they've had a quarterback. The Sid Luckman erasure must end. It's only been 70 years, guys. It's just 70 years since the Bears have had a quarterback with Jay Cutler mixed in. Sorry, Brandon. But my answer is the Bears trading up draft Justin Fields was a life raft. Because Ryan Pace has been out there. Mike Glennon, oh no, I'm drowning. Mitch Trubisky, oh my God, I just grabbed an anchor. Andy Dalton, oh sweet Jesus, what have I done? And now he's got a life raft. They just have to be mediocre, and he gets more time. So I think it's great for Chicago. I hope. I don't know if it's great for Justin Fields or not, but Allen Robinson's very good. But for Ryan Pace, a lot of GMs get one shot at the quarterback. Ryan Pace is on his 4th or 5th. I think he finally got it right. So it's a life raft for him, Wild.
You forgot about him.
Oh, Foles. I forgot about Foles.
My answer is
you're right. Yeah,
Foles good. Universal approval. One of my favorite parts about sports is the video I'm about to show you, where a group of people finds out something at the same time. It's always wonderful. Take a listen. Oh, you know what?
Just describe
we're going to have it later on. Great tease from me, Kevin Wild. Stay tuned, everybody.
Well, like your favorite team is about to find out. The worst has to be when you're left hanging. All right, we will get to that. We've been talking for weeks about what the 49ers were going to do with that 3rd pick. They ended up going with Trey Lance. Did they get it right? Take a listen to Trey getting the call.
Hey, Trey Lance.
What's going on?
You ready to do this thing, man?
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the 49ers, buddy.
Thank you.
So happy to add you to our family, buddy. I'm thrilled. Congratulations, man. I'm going to pass you over Coach Shanahan, okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
What's up, man?
What's going on, Coach?
Nothing doing. You excited?
Yeah, I'm so excited, Coach.
All right. You got a hunch for a while?
Man, I didn't know, Coach. You wouldn't tell me nothing.
Hey, we didn't tell anybody, man.
I know.
I thought you could tell though. The way I thought you got to buy it, but they didn't.
I did, but I didn't. I didn't know, Coach.
Hey, man, it was all worth it, man. Dude, we're so pumped. So pumped, man. We'll get you out here tomorrow. Enjoy this night.
Knows that. Everybody in the world knew that. I still enjoyed the draft, but it was maybe the worst kept secret in the world that he was going #1. Except to one living being. We can go to the draft video. Everyone's hanging out. Look at the dog's like, oh, Trevor Lawrence was #1. He's having a ball. The dog did not realize that Trevor Lawrence was drafted #1, and he's having a great time. So congratulations to Trevor Lawrence. Congratulations to his dog, who didn't quite know that he was drafted #1 and enjoyed the festivities.
And congratulations to his grandmother's outfit. That is vintage grandmother.
Nice.
That was perfect.
I was going to congratulate that sectional couch. They literally could not fit one more person on there. We got to draw a blank right now. So much to get to. Here we go. Brandon, your Jets took Zach Wilson with the #2 pick last night, despite your banging the drum for 97 straight weeks. You've been trying to convince yourself for weeks, though, that this was the right choice. But, Brandon, the best pick of the first round was blank.
Well, look, there was a lot of action last night in the first round. Starting with Trevor Lawrence. That was a great deal. And then you go to the Jets. That was awesome. Then you get the Chicago Bears. And you go deeper in the draft, and you got Eric Stokes, the big corner out of Georgia. He's going to be phenomenal. He goes to the Packers. I know we're going to be talking about that pick for a long time because it's another pick that the Packers chose to use on the defensive side. But this kid can ball. But the answer is Trey Lance. Trey Lance, man, there's just something about this kid. When you see it, you just see it. And when you look in his eyes and when you just see this kid, he has it. Obviously when you turn on the film, you can see it. You can see the talent. You hear about people raving about his processes and his recall and how he does on the board. But this dude has swagger. This dude with Coach Kyle Shanahan is going to have a phenomenal start to his career, and I'm excited to watch. I think in a couple years, we're going to be looking back saying, you know what? This was the steal of the draft potentially.
So I love the Trey Lance pick, but this has been an odd lead up to the draft, and now we're at the morning after, because you have a superstar, generational prospect who I believe is a future Hall of Famer, and we haven't talked about him at all. So the best pick of the first round was Trevor Lawrence. The guy would have been a top 5 pick if he went high school to pro. And because he was such a no-brainer pick, we've spent no time on him. Nothing. The biggest mention of him last night was, as Wilds mentioned earlier, that his dog was cute and excited. Trevor Lawrence was the best pick of the first round because Trevor Lawrence is going to instantly make the Jacksonville Jaguars something they have only been a couple times in their franchise history, which is relevant. So my answer is Trevor Lawrence.
Okay, talk about instantly changing an offense. My answer is Rashad Bateman. Go Big Ten. Minnesota Gopher is going to Baltimore. So, Brandon, you know what that means? Lamar's got some weapons. Got Sammy Watkins, got Hollywood Brown, now got Rashad Bateman. Maybe Baltimore's offense is finally moving around. If you get Lamar a big contract, he'll have an opportunity to throw the ball around the field, Jenna.
Love it.
Like that.
They don't get rid of him, a la college style. Let's talk Devontae Smith. Many believe he could end up as the best receiver in the draft, but he fell all the way to the Eagles at #10 behind both Jamar Chase and his Alabama teammate Jalen Waddle. Brandon, though, the biggest surprise of the first round was blank.
It was the Pats standing pat. All this talk about them moving up to 10, all the talk about them moving up to 4 potentially. Oh, look at that walk-in. I love that walk-in. Can we run that back, please? I know this is not what I'm supposed to be talking about, but you got to see this guy. This guy's ready to go. But it's the Pats standing pat. Think about this. They were in love with this guy. Nick Saban, Bill Belichick, best friends. You ain't think Nick and Bill